Hi everyone, this is Miriam Yeager. I am the founder of Uplifting Families. I've done quite a few videos, and today I wanted to do a video just kind of giving you the background of how Uplifting Families was started. So, I became a mother to a beautiful baby girl, and I knew I had a vision on my heart, the way that I wanted to raise my beautiful daughter. I wanted her to feel close to me. I wanted her to feel like she was perfect as she was. I wanted her to feel like she was enough, regardless of who she was, what opinions she had, who she wanted to be. I just wanted her to know that we would love her and cherish her, and she would feel confident enough and independent to be able to just be who she wanted to be. And I had this vision, but I had absolutely no idea how I was going to create that for her. I didn't know how I was going to create a relationship where she knew that I loved her regardless of who she was, or how to cultivate independence within her, or how to allow her to be confident. I had absolutely no idea. And so I started my motherhood journey doing the best I could, as everyone else, as every other mom out there. And when my daughter was about 11 months, I came across Janet Lansbury's work, and I am extremely grateful for having come across Janet's work, because Janet literally completely changed my entire perception on parenthood, on education, and really gave me the tools that I needed to create a respectful, loving relationship with my children. And so, if any of you are familiar with Janet's work, you'll know that she really advocates for us having respect for children, giving them the same respect that we would other adults. So, really respecting them for who they are, really working on ourselves as people not to project our own desires and wants and needs onto them, but to really allow ourselves to take a step back and watch our children grow into the beautiful people that they really are inside, allowing them to follow their own inner wisdom, their own intuition, their own wants, desires, needs, and for us to really just take a back seat, not in terms of parenting, obviously being there, but in terms of allowing them to develop into the people that they are. And this has been proven to foster independence, confidence, and everything that I really wanted for my daughter. Her knowing that she was perfect exactly as she was, her knowing that having the confidence that she really needed to really be in the world, and really grow into an adult with confidence. And I continued on my mothering journey, had another child, and after my second child, I realized that what happens is oftentimes we as mothers, we really, really neglect ourselves personally. We do everything we can for our children. We, wake up in the middle of the night, take care of them 24/7, do everything we can. And yet we oftentimes put ourselves on the back seat and forget that we are whole individual people that have a voice, have desires, have an impact that we want to make in the world, and just have so many other parts to ourselves, that we need to care for. And so after my second child, I really went on a journey of really, really diving into figuring out what it was that I really needed to be the best mother that I could actually be, by really giving to myself first, by really making sure I took care of my own physical health, eating right, exercising, really taking time in my day to process my own thoughts, and really bring myself back into the picture. I then had a third child. I was really blessed with a beautiful daughter, and she, having three children, really made me look at my life in a new way, right? Each child that's brought into our life brings abundant blessings to us, and they also bring their own unique challenges, which makes us look at our own lives and really see where we need to adjust our lens. And I realized at some point after I had my third child, that I had spent all this time diving into parenthood and being the best mom that I could be. I spent time looking at being the best woman that I could be so I can be the best mom. But I hadn't really taken a look at what it really meant to be the best wife that I could be. And that I realized that there was many times where my husband and I would kind of disagree with one another when it came to parenting. And I had these really, really high expectations of him. I wanted him to absorb all the knowledge that I had learned really quickly and implement it just like that, just like I had, because, if I was able to, of course he should. And I realized that I wasn't actually being respectful in my relationship to him. And while I was doing it with my children, it wasn't nearly enough for me, for my husband and I, and for my children, because obviously I want them to see a beautiful, loving, thriving relationship for them to model one day, for them to have a beautiful marriage. And so I again went and did a course by Bracha Lifshitz, and she really talks about the feminine and masculine energy. And this was really, really eye-opening for me. I had heard that women are the receiver and men are the givers, and I had heard this early on in my marriage, but somehow it never really felt right. Like, to me, it just felt like, I was so used to constantly giving in my life that it was like, what? I'm supposed to be the receiver? Like, what is this thing? No, I'm going to continue staying where I'm at. And through doing this course, what I really learned was that so many women have these beliefs that we're not worthy of receiving love, that we're not worthy of receiving the physical things that we really want in our lives. And that so often those beliefs that are really oftentimes very subconscious, unless we actually give thought to it and really dive deep into ourselves, and that what ends up happening is that in itself, like those beliefs, hold us back from actually having what it is that we want. So oftentimes women will say, I would love to have more cleaning help. I would love to have a beautiful home. I'd love to have beautiful clothes. Like, there's so many things that we all want. And as women, that's our role. That's how God created us. He created us as the one, as the one that sees beauty. And we are meant to bring that beauty into the world, that beauty into our home, into our marriage, into our relationship, not our husbands. And that it's not oftentimes women get so get kind of stuck in this area because they instead of knowing how to express that to their husbands, instead of knowing how to express what they want, they just complain about what they don't have. And they just criticize, myself included. All right. So I was doing this too. And I realized that when you change, when you learn how to actually become a healthy receiver, that is when your husband learns how to be a healthy giver, and that work lies solely on us. And it says, Chachmas nashim bansa besa, a wise woman builds her home. This is the work that is called on us. This is the work that we need to do. We need to learn to be healthy receivers. We need to learn how to change our thoughts, change our beliefs about ourselves, know that we are worthy of everything, and that our desires actually come from our soul, from our neshama. And so this is what God actually wants of us. He wants us to open ourselves up, to allow ourselves to receive, the blessings that await for us, that are there available for us to grasp. It's only waiting for us to do the work of allowing ourselves to receive, of allowing ourselves to express ourselves in an elegant way, in a beautiful way, where we aren't complaining, we aren't criticizing, we allow ourselves to state it in a beautiful way, that it's received in a way where our husband wants to give it to us. And when we do that work, God actually gives us so many blessings. And so many blessings come into our home, into our marriage, into our relationship with our children. And I think the most eye-opening thing about learning how to become a receiver was that when you receive fully in every area of your life, so emotionally, psychologically, physically, financially, and really allow yourself to step into that role of allowing yourself to receive everything that you want, it actually opens you up to become an even greater giver. It allows you to express more love to your children. It allows you to hold more space for them. It allows you to be kinder and more present when you're with your husband when he's had a hard day, or when he just needs to vent, or whatever it is that's going on in your life. It really helps open you up to give more to your community, to give back to people. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful way of living, and really helps you tap into the feminine you, the most beautiful you that you are at your core, the woman that God created, strip down just exactly who you are inside. And it allows you to follow your intuition and just bring about all the beautiful feminine blessings within yourself and within your home. So if you are struggling right now in any area of your family life, whether it be your own internal thoughts that are really stifling you, or whether it be within your marriage, you and your husband just can't seem to agree on anything. You can't seem to stop arguing with one another, or you just don't know how to create that relationship with your children where they feel connected with you, where you feel close to them, where you feel like things are just peaceful and full of love and joy. Then I'm actually opening up some spots right now to talk to you. I'm opening up some coaching sessions. So if this is something that you are interested in working on right now, I can be reached at miriamyeagercoach@gmail.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Uplifting Families Miriam Yeager. I'm on Instagram as well as Miriam Yeager Coach. So follow me and reach out to me if you can use my help and if I can help you uplift your family. Have a wonderful day full of love and joy within yourself and with your family.